Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm just pulling up to the gym here, and we're going to be doing shoulders and traps workout tonight. Um, yeah, I'm going to hit it really hard with a lot of volume, and I'm still in my wife's car. So yeah, I got the batteries charged in my truck the other day, and the part that I actually replaced didn't seem to fix the issue. So just gonna let my truck sit for a while. My wife and I are just kind of using one vehicle, and that's fine. We can make it work right now. So it's no biggie. Just going to wait until I can find a really good diesel mechanic that's here within the area. It just seems to be it's harder to find mechanics that specialize with diesel trucks, because if you get someone that doesn't really know what they're doing, it's like they'll still try to fix it. And I've had experience before with my previous pickup diesel truck that I'd brought in. I spent like over $5,000 and they never resolved the issue. And I finally had to take it to someone that specialized, just one guy specialized with that specific engine. And so, yeah, a little frustrating, but I mean, there's bigger there's bigger things to worry about. I mean, honestly, not really considered an emergency if money can fix something. I mean, even if money is tight, it's not like someone has an illness or anything. So just have to always look for the positive, turn a negative into a positive. Still got a working vehicle. We still have our health. My wife's doing great. Our baby is almost 2 months years old, and he's doing really good. Keeps us up at night, but it's good. Going to be his first Halloween, so that's going to be fun. Just a few days. Um, yeah, just a few days away, actually. I mean, what is today? The 20. I don't even know what day it is. 26th. So yeah, not that many more days from now. It's going to be Halloween, and hopefully it doesn't rain too much, so we can get plenty of trick or treaters. So, um, trying to add some more meals in. I'm only doing about 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. That's kind of my threshold. I'm kind of playing with that because it's like if I go too much more beyond that, I get out of my deficit. Um, my workouts, I'm doing a lot more power movements now for mass and size, and I'm trying to find a happy medium because I love doing volume, and volume is proven to work. And so um, I've gotten a lot of great results off of a lot of volume, but I want to prioritize the lifts in the beginning. Like I'll start with doing the dumbbell military press today and see what I can do with that. I'll prioritize with more of a mass building movement to progressive overload, and then with the more non-essential exercises. Not that they're not essential, but just not as important to me. Um, I'll basically go on through the workout with the less important, or at least the ones that I prioritize a little less. So I'll start with the military, and then I'll focus on doing a few exercises for my side laterals. Side laterals are really important to get that big cap on your shoulder, um, so it can make you look wider. A lot of people do a lot of front movements, which look good, but you want those shoulder caps. And there's nothing more impressive to me than when someone has huge shoulders. Even if your arms aren't as good, or if your legs aren't, whatever. It's just you don't see a lot of guys with really monster wide shoulders. And so, like, even like me, it's like I don't consider myself to be really big. I'm only 5'6", and I've always had a pretty wide shoulder, clavicle, and I'm usually a lot wider than a lot of the other guys that I see. And so, it's just it's something I like. It's I mean that's one thing I loved about Jay Cutler so much is when you saw his barn door wide shoulders. I mean, to me that looked more impressive than someone like Phil Heath, even though Phil Heath's physique was better in a lot of different ways. Is the reason why Phil Heath ended up beating Jay Cutler in the Mr. Olympias. But I like that wide look. Always been a big fan of it. Nothing better than a big wide chest and wide shoulders. It's just a power image, and it's just my personal opinion. And so, yeah, I'm going to be doing some dumbbell military presses, some seated side laterals with the dumbbells, and I'll do standing side laterals, and do some different variations of rear delt pulls. I'll do it with dumbbells, so I can really try to like yank and pull to get that rear delt flexed, as if you're kind of doing like a little bit of a row, like a bent over row. But I'll do it with dumbbells and just slightly leaning over a little bit. I think Dorian Yates used to call that like the Yates dumbbell row, or the Yates shrug, something like that. So that's really good to get that rear delt cap. And I do the same thing last workout you saw me doing. I had the tricep rope to where I was pulling up like this to really get that flex. And some of my dumbbell laterals, especially my standing ones, the way I do it, it's like I'm almost kind of pulling back. And so not only am I getting a huge pump in my side delt, my side laterals that I'm doing, I'm also getting a huge pump in my rear delt. Because I had to play around with different variations because I was getting, like I was saying before, I had issues with tennis elbow. It's getting a little bit better. When I stay away from reverse grip curls or hammer curls, it tends to not bother it as much because it's not like that pulling. So yeah, the barbell rows, that stuff doesn't seem to really put my my forearms, my elbows in a position to where they feel like they're vulnerable. So that's good. So yeah, I only see one vehicle out here tonight, and so it's probably going to be pretty quiet in there, which will be nice. I'll also be doing, instead of dumbbell shrugs this time, last time I was using like 185s, and my last session was really heavy, but felt good, felt really good. Going to be doing some barbell shrugs tonight. And so always been really strong, very, very powerful in my traps. And so I have to be careful because sometimes if I go too fast through it, there's like a tie-in, like your trap, or it might be your trap because it feels like it runs like through the shoulder, like into your chest. I don't know, maybe it's not, but I have pulled it before to where it's like if you take your arm and you pull it down, whatever that's getting stretched there, it feels like it's like in the shoulder, would get aggravated. So I like to do a lot of reps, a lot of warm up. I'll probably go to 405 and see what that feels like. They have chalk in here, which is great. Once I get above 315 with my wraps, unless they're put on the bar just right, through especially with the reps that I'm doing, it'll gradually loosen. I don't have the strongest grip. So with the chalk, I'll easily be able to handle 405 for probably 10 to 20 and then see what that feels like. And then move up. Maybe we can get to 455 or even 500 pounds. We'll see what that looks like. Yeah, that always kind of surprises me. I mean, for years, my traps always been strong. So when I'd even see videos of like these guys that are Miss Olympia, they're using 315 and they're only getting like, 12, 15 reps. And I'm like, maybe it's just, I mean, obviously they looked a lot better than I did. It's just, I think it's just genetics. My calves have always been really strong and my traps have been really strong. And my back tends to be pretty strong too. Versus chest, I really have to work hard to get weight. So even though my chest looks really good, I mean, I'd like to use more weight. And so it's an ego thing, but yeah, I mean, I've gotten close back in the day to hitting 405 and I had the slingshot on too, but, I think it was 385 I'd gotten for a max. And, yeah, I think a week or so later, when I was going to college, I was in the gym down there alone. And I didn't have the weight collars on. I'm like, okay, I'm getting 405 tonight. So I took 405, I unracked it, I went down and I got about halfway up and I'm like, okay, it's not coming off. And I got down there. So then I had to lean a little bit and the weights fell off. It's like, ta-too. And the gym was actually underneath the girls' dorm. So it woke up several of the girls there from 405 crashing from the weights falling off each side of the bar as I leaned. But yeah, if I would have gotten stuck under that, I don't know if I would have gotten out. I've gotten stuck under 225 before and been able to get out of that, but 315 or I don't know, that starts to get pretty dangerous. I mean, 405 is pretty friggin' heavy. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get back to that. Maybe. The only kind of pressing movement I'm doing with the barbell is with like a close grip. I mean, it's more like a mid grip. I mean, it still feels close though. It's definitely closer than like a standard grip. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know if I'll get back to that, but the weights are definitely coming back. I'm doing a lot more. I'm prioritizing a lot more of my mass movements in the beginning and trying to be a lot more deliberate with my eating. Right now, I'm trying to do, I think my macros are around 250 grams of protein and 200 grams of carbs. And I think I'm only doing like 30 or 40 grams of fat. Really trying to keep the fat down there. I'm still taking fish oil and stuff like that. And I'll have, some eggs, a couple eggs or so in the morning. And I'll add a little bit of oil into like olive oil and, some peanut butter. Playing around with the meals there, trying to eat quite a bit more, but eating less. I'm on I had 4 meals so far and what time is it? It's almost 10. I might only do one more meal, just because my wife, she made tacos and Spanish rice. So all this homemade stuff. I saw a lot of stuff she was cooking in oil. So I'm like, okay, we're not going to be eating much more tonight, or we're going to be way out of our deficit. So it makes it hard to diet and stay on track with the calories when my wife cooks, because when she cooks, it's good. And so we're trying to get more into those diet foods. I mean, I don't mind regular. I don't mind rice and chicken. Could care less. Some people get sick and tired of rice and chicken. Like I don't. Plain old white rice, jasmine rice, doesn't get any better than that. I could have 1 cup, 2 cups. I mean, if it's just white rice, it tastes amazing. And so, and chicken, you could throw some kind of vegetables in there and pretty easy. I like simplicity in my diet because, like, when I overcomplicate too many things, when I have too many options, it kind of like I kind of go self-destructive. I almost feel like I'm like defeated in a sense. When there's too many options, I don't know what to do. It's like, so when I simplify, like in the morning, I'll just wake up, and what I'm doing right now is um, I have a hydro whey that I'm taking that has 30 grams of protein, so very very quick digestive protein. Gets into the bloodstream really quick with all the amino acids that it has. I do the 1 scoop of that 30 grams of protein, and I do 1 cup of milk of the Fairlife. It's like fat-free milk, lactose-free, and only has like 80 calories in a cup and 13 grams of protein. So you're already looking at like 43 grams of protein right there alone. And then I'll do a scoop of that PB2 powder, which is maybe like 35, 40 calories. Do like a tablespoon of that. Might be a little bit more. I have to look at the nutrition and the calories on there. Yeah, even with that, I'm probably looking at 45, 46, 47 grams of protein in just that right there. So like, well, it's only 1 scoop of protein powder. I'm like, yeah, it is, but I'm going to be having 3 of those a day. So it's like, I hate thick protein drinks. I've never liked them. And that's also for me too. Literally had thousands and thousands and thousands of protein drinks over the years, different variations. I love Synth6, those big bright red containers by BSN. A little bit more calories in those. It's really good. Optimum Nutrition, that's the hydro whey I'm using. A little bit more expensive. I'm able to find really good deals sometimes on eBay. I got 3 5-gallon drums of those, so I'm only doing like 3 scoops a day. That should last me for a while before I have to get more. And then the milk, a half gallon of milk like that for the Fairlife is about $5, but I mean, it lasts for a little bit. And with it being lactose free, the expiration date, it's like a month and a half. It's great. I can't really, if I drink normal milk, my stomach is destroyed. And so even though I'll still drink it, I don't like it as much. The lactose free is actually a little sweeter, the Fairlife, and it lasts so much longer. I don't have to worry about trying to get a gallon of milk down in a week, just because it's going to expire in 5 days after you buy it. And so yeah, I love using it in like cooking, my protein drinks, in cereal, especially cereal. It's great because it's a little sweeter, and you're getting a lot more protein, a lot more satiate. It's a lot more satiating, and so yeah, really fun. A lot of little tricks of the trade. And I was telling you guys before, I love to do French toast, where I'll do a cup of egg whites in there with some sweetener, vanilla extract, and a little bit of cinnamon. And literally just take this piece of bread, shove them in there, and then flip it. Put the next one in there and flip it, and the same, just so you're getting it all on there. Put cinnamon on each side, and then I have it's basically almost it's like calorie-free maple syrup. There's Mrs. Buttersworth. I go. Greg Doucette was a big, huge fan of that one. There's another one I get from Walmart. It's an off-brand. I think it has 10 calories and a couple tablespoons. So you literally can cover your whole plate in probably less than 60 calories with that. And even then, I'll probably still have a couple eggs like that. And you're looking at maybe at less than 600 calories for that at meal one. But I like to do a protein drink in the meal, and then I'll do that, like the French toast second. Another thing, another breakfast meal I like. And two, I'm trying to get to simplicity, because I like to eat the same things all the time. Keep it simple. If I go too extravagant, too crazy with the stuff, then I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm like, no, I don't want to think. I just want to know what I'm doing and know what I want and just make it right then, and simple. Just some simple like spices, salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder if I'm feeling it. Maybe sprinkle a little bit of low-fat cheese on there. Um, but I like simplicity. Ronnie Coleman was really big on the grits and the egg whites. So I will do, like today I did a cup of egg whites and I did 3 packets of grits. You can do like the variety packs, like the original. There's like cheese flavored. There's a bacon flavor one. There's like 4 cheese flavors. Even the original is good because I mean it still tastes yummy. It's much better than getting those cylinder tubs that there's absolutely nothing in it. And so yeah, I love to do 3 packets of that and a cup of the egg whites in that, and I will use like a cheese a cheese powder that's basically like fat free, like a nacho cheese. Like I think I picked it up at Walmart. You get big, huge. You get what the white cheddar. You get the nacho cheese one. There's a garlic cheese one. But I love that nacho. It's just if you ever watch Ronnie Coleman make his egg slop in the morning, he would put the like what was it like 2 cups of eggs, 4 packets of grits, 2 pieces of cheese, and then absolutely saturate that thing with that gross cheese powder. And my wife thinks it's gross too, but I absolutely love the way it tastes. So I'm like, hey, not everyone's gonna like it. So yeah, the breakfast I like to simplify it like that. After I do like a protein drink, then I will do the breakfast. So yeah, I like simplicity with the meals. I like to do protein drinks. I don't like to go too fancy with them, just because less is more for me, and I like consistency. I want to be able to do this all the time. I don't want to have to think too much, and because I mean, literally, when you're having thousands and thousands of shakes, I don't want to have to do some extravagant thing like, oh, well, I put all this stuff in it. I'm like, well, that dude, it's not even a low calorie treat anymore. You just saturated it with calories. So now you kind of defeated the purpose. So, and then chicken and rice, like putting different varieties in there. Mushrooms can be great to put in there. Onions, you dice them up. You cook your onions first in there so it can caramelize and make everything taste yummy. Unless you like really spicy onions, then don't cook them much. So you'll get that kind of like fresh onions on a cheeseburger, if you like that. But yeah, there's so many different things you can do. You can put garlic pieces in there. You can do sun-dried tomatoes, all different kind of vegetables. You can volumize your rice more with like cauliflower rice or with vegetables. Also, people make noodles. There's this cool little device. I forget what it's called. But you put a cucumber in the thing, and as you turn it, it spirals and basically turns your cucumber into noodles. And there's no calories in that. So like I love ramen, top ramen, can't get enough of it. It's absolute garbage, right? But I loved it. I would usually take a can of chicken or a can of tuna and shove it in there. But there's still a lot of calories, like 380 calories in a little brick of basically plastic garbage you're eating, right? So I used to get chicken flavoring, seasoning, and like maybe do half of those noodles, the garbage noodles, and then I would put the zucchini noodles in there, and then add more chicken bouillon seasoning to enhance that flavor, and maybe volumize it with some other things. Put a little soy sauce in there, maybe some chopped cilantro. There's no, I mean, what does Greg Doucette say? There's no rules in the kitchen. I mean, unless you're a culinary chef or something like that. And so there's all these different variations to what you can do. Sometimes less is more, simplify it. I know there's a lot of different things that people do online to try to manipulate calories and volumize, which I believe in that too. But sometimes it's with certain things, it's like it tastes half as good as the real thing. And I'd be like, you know what? I'd much rather not even have it at all, or just have a little tiny bit. Like people showing me these big monster containers of this protein ice cream. And every time I make it, I'm like, dude, this is gross. It's a texture thing. Like when I do my protein ice cream, I will put a scoop in there and I literally will add like a little bit of egg whites to it, pasteurized egg whites, and maybe the low calorie maple syrup, add a little bit of that to it, maybe a little vanilla extract with a bunch of ice and shave it. It's kind of like just a shaved ice, like ice cream. You ever been to those shops before to where you get ice cream cones? You're like, this kind of tastes cheap. So you don't have to put gar gum or all this other garbage in there. You don't have to put a bunch of Greek yogurt in there. Put a bunch of fruit. I'm like, dude, I'm having this because I want it to be yummy. It's like when I get ice, if I do get ice cream, I'm not having a banana split. Why? Because there's fruit in it. I don't want a banana in there. I want ice cream because it tastes good. Now, if you like bananas, God bless you. Just to each their own with the desserts that they like. For the sick people out there that like to put fruit in their desserts, unless it's pumpkin pie or apple pie. So I guess I do like fruit. All right, well, I guess I better quit flapping and we'll get in there and get this party started. So we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, in the gym now, and I've done several field sets already. And doing the seated dumbbell military press. So start with the 20s, 30s, 40s, and now we're going to move up to the 50s, and then we'll move on over to there next to the bigger dumbbells. Because normally I do my laterals first, but since we're trying to do these compound movements first to get them out of the way, I want a lot more of my energy to be prioritized towards these first couple exercises, especially these. So I really like to warm these up, especially with my shoulders. So I was explaining the other day, when you're on the incline to where you kind of lean back and you pop up, with the military, it's much harder to where it's very, especially with the heavier you go, it's very, very difficult. So what I like to do is, right now, my back and everything is flush with the back of this pad. But I like to kind of lean forward a little bit and lean forward again. So what I'm gonna do is I'll lean forward and I will pop this up on above my right shoulder. So you can kind of see it. So like 1, I'll keep it here, and then 2, and then I'll readjust myself to pull myself back in. And with these, I'm stopping short of lockout, as I want to keep a lot more of the emphasis on the shoulders. And so just kind of went by feel there. I wasn't sure how many reps I was going to do. Did 25. So we'll move over there and we'll probably do 60s next. And yeah, probably start lowering the reps. And you'll see the heavier I go, that technique of popping them up there. I've seen some people, especially like Jay, where he stands up and he just pops them up. I can do that with a little lighter weight, but it's a lot of core strength to be able to do something like that. So I like to do it like this. This is what feels safe for me. And 2, when I do this, it kind of feels like my toes are pointed a little bit. So I've kind of scooted away and I'll lean forward. And if you have to lean back, go out a little bit more, that's fine. Here we go. Feet over closer. Here we go. And pop and pop. And I'll scoot back in. Then when I go down, I lift the knee up, set it down. Same thing here. There really is no right or wrong way to do it, just as long as you're not hurting yourself. So yeah, just listen to your body. Way back in the day when I hadn't discovered how to pop them up like that, I would go right in front of a bench, right in front of a dumbbell rack, excuse me. I'd take the dumbbells off lower, so I would actually put my feet on that lower platform where the dumbbells would sit. So I would have my legs elevated just a little bit higher. So then there was less, it almost felt more like an incline to where it was easier to pop them up. So, just trying to catch my breath here. Those 20 reps are taking it out of me. Really no right or wrong way to do this. Just be mindful of what you're doing and be careful. Oh, and before I forget, in the beginning of all our videos, I do put a disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only, so please be careful. Everything that you hear, take things with a grain of salt. If you do try things, we're not certified, so it's at your own risk. Please be careful. That's what this is all about, having fun, getting stronger, progressively overloading, looking better in the gym, and the most important thing is being safe. You don't want to do this for 3-5 years. You're only 25 and you blow a shoulder out, you tear something, and then for the next 30 years you're lifting. You always have to work around an injury. So I've never injured anything yet. I like to keep it that way. That's why I always listen to my body, even though I have issues with my shoulders. That's why I'm doing a lot of warm-up sets here. So last time I got 75 pounds for I think 8 reps, but it was also this was my 3rd or 4th exercise in, so we're gonna be able to go heavier today, but still like to keep all my joints prepared. I like to reward that. I like everything to be warmed up. There we go. See what we get with this, 70s. Moving on to the 80s. Oh. Whew, not bad. Went up 5 pounds. Already got a good pump going on here in the shoulders. We're moving on to dumbbell side laterals, where we're going to be seated. And I'm using my Chic wraps again, which I absolutely love these, so I don't have to rely on my grip. So already I've done a bunch of field sets. I started off with the 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, and 30 pounds. And now we're moving to the 40 pounds, just so I can get a lot of blood in there into my shoulders. Shoulders are already looking pretty pumped. So yeah, we're gonna move on from there and see what we can do. And so let's get to it. Okay. All wrapped in. At 45s. At the 50s. Got 8 reps of these last time. See what it feels like this time. But we also got more reps in the last set too, with the 40, the 45s. Got 12 with that. I think I gotten 10 with that last time, so see how this feels. Oh, man. I don't think that last rep counted. That feels good though. Now we're doing some dumbbell side laterals or standing. And these are the variation ones I was doing before, to where it feels like I'm just kind of like hoisting up, like up and back. So I can really, as I do that, I really feel that rear delt pop. And so it's hitting the side cap of my shoulder and also the rear delt going on, because I'm going up and I'm going like this. So I really like that. And I basically accidentally discovered this exercise originally because of my tennis elbow. So I think I said that before in one of my previous videos. To where when I started doing this, so it wouldn't pull so much on the wrist, just created a beautiful exercise. So started with the 10s, moved on to the 15s and the 20s. Now I'm on the 25s. The field sets are over. So we're getting into the working weight now. Doesn't really take a lot of weight to get this exercise to work. Whew. It's a good set. Try to see. All right, moving on to the 30s. See what this looks like. Oh, that was good. Whew. Moving on to the 35s. Yeah, I love this exercise. Get a lot of blood in the shoulders. Really good pump. Let's go. Move on to the 40s. Feeling pretty darn good here, actually. Didn't use 40s last time and went up in the reps with 35s. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That was good. Okay, now I'm doing some wide grip upright rows, just another exercise for the side delts. And I've already done a couple of feel sets already with this, just to get more blood in there, just to get the feel, or I'm just right. Let's go. Yeah. Start to use my wraps. Okay. Whew. Last set of these. We've got about 135 on here. I believe this bar, this easy curl bar, is 45 pounds. Pretty darn heavy. All right. Oh, last one. Oh, man. Whew. That's heavy. Okay, I'm going to do some rear delt pulls. What I was saying before, they're kind of Dorian Yates. It's like a Yates pull, to where when he does these, he's coming up to where he's pulling, not only with his traps, but with his rear delts. And Ronnie Coleman used to do that too. You'd see him and he'd be pulling hoisting a lot of weight. So yeah, it does work a lot of the traps, but it is going to hit that rear delt too. You don't necessarily have to go very heavy, because the heavier you go, the more of a trap exercise it's going to turn into. And not that that's bad. I mean, if you really wanted to pre-exhaust your rear delts and then go heavier, maybe you're only hitting 20% of the rear delt then, but it's a nice way to go beyond failure. But here we go. A little bit. And I don't want to rush through this too much. Into the 70s. All right. Okay, I'll do my last set and I'll go to the 80s with this. This is probably one of my bread and butter exercises that I like to do, is a rear delt pull with the rope. And it's similar to what I was doing with the dumbbells over there. And I do this several sets. I just do it to failure, whether it's warming up or not. And it just gets a lot of blood moved, a lot of blood in the shoulders and in the rear delts. You can see as I pull up, I'm gonna pull up to my chest. You can kind of see as I come up. So it doesn't take much. All right, I'll do another set just like that, and then we'll go to the barbell shrugs and we'll get out of here. Man. Let's get going to the just started off with 135, did about 20 reps with that, and now we're up to 225, and I'm going to do the same thing. I really like to do a lot of reps with these just because it's a lot of weight to be thrown around. I mean, I'm only 5'6", and joints can only take so much, so I'm really cautious. I mean, especially after like 21 years of lifting, I'm a lot more careful than I used to be. And I don't use a belt. As long as the platform is up high enough to where I don't really have to deadlift this, it's fine. So. Okay. It's nice listening to the chime, or that deep, just that deep sound of the steel. When I was at the bigger commercial gyms, everything was coated in rubber, so you wouldn't hear anything. And so I miss the sound. Okay. This is just simple, just straight, just up. It's like up and down, up and down. And some guys really like to try to yank to where there's a bend in the elbow. I mean, I guess that's harder. I'm here to work my traps now. I mean, on the 8 pull, what I was doing with the dumbbell, kind of pulling up there, I mean, there was a slight bend, but I was doing that more for rear delts, not traps. I'm just doing this for traps. And so I want to go as heavy as possible, as safe as possible, and just hit the traps. That's what we're doing here. At 315, get all wrapped in here. Handy dandy wraps. All right. Okay, see what happens. We got 405 on here now. Last set felt pretty good. If we go up again, I'm probably going to have to use chalk, because my wraps aren't going to be enough here. Whew, 22, 495. We're going up. Let's do this. Last set. Let's do this. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Basically went up in just about everything. I started with the dumbbell military press, and that was great. Went up, did a lot of feel sets there to warm up the shoulders, since I normally do that exercise a few exercises in. Just wanted to play it safe. I did try to do one more military press off the camera, and it was a hammer strength machine military press, where you sit down on the seat, and it's kind of like you angled back, and you're pressing up. And it just wasn't feeling right, and I'm thinking, no, I'm gonna be done. I've already done a lot for the front shoulders, and a lot of it gets hit really hard in chest as well. So yeah, and side laterals went up, which is great. Got a lot of blood in there. The rear delt pull with the rope, I love that exercise. It doesn't look very exciting. It's a cable exercise. Most machine exercises, quite frankly, are pretty darn boring to watch, unless you're shredded and look incredibly lean, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Once I look tan and incredibly lean with my size, then those boring exercises will be a lot more tolerable and enjoyable to watch. We went really heavy with the barbell shrugs. Started with 135, did 20 there, 225. I think I did 20 or 25 reps there, 315, 20, 25 reps, and then 405, I think it was 20, and then 495. I think that was about 12 reps. That felt really heavy. But even stopping through the rep at the bottom and then having to restart sometimes a little bit, you have to be really careful with momentum. You get excited and you almost start bouncing out of the bottom. And I think that's how, before I've tweaked my tie-ins and my shoulders. This is going to be interesting too, as I continue to watch through my videos and as I edit them and upload them to you. It's very different because this is new. The only thing I've ever had to ever see is basically the stuff I've logged in my workout books over the years. And so to actually see videos. We'll be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna do biceps and triceps, and I'm trying to get, still trying to get the lay of the land with these. I don't wanna show you guys too many of the feel sets, because it's just like, I do a lot of them, and I don't want it to seem boring to you guys. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, comment to boost the algorithm. Tell me what you guys like, what you'd like to see, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. And you guys take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.